Hello everyone and welcome to this speed build. My name's Nina for those of you who don't know me. I make all sorts of videos on YouTube for The Sims, but this one is going to be a speed build. It was a bit of a labour of love. It took me hours to do, so I have broken it down into 3 parts, and this part is going to be the general layout and construction. So at the moment we're just setting up for our infinity pool. I have already built a resort once and I filmed it, but I just wasn't happy with it. It was very square, it had a lot of edges, and I just wanted to do more curves in my builds. So I watched a load of tutorials by a lovely lady who I think her name was Kate Emerald. I'll link her YouTube channel down below anyway, and I've just been watching a lot of her tutorials because she is a must to watch for anyone who wants to learn how to build, basically, because I am not that good of a builder anyway, and her tutorials were very, very helpful. I'm just building this island at the moment, which I do end up turning into a bar. I feel like a lot of these beach resorts do have bars dotted around in there, but they're either inside of the pools or they have one near the pool or in the middle of the pool, and I've opted for in the middle of the pool. But I do change it, I make it more curved in a little bit because at the moment it's looking very square. I'm just doing the infinity portion of this pool, and I made it go invisible by using the show all objects, and then it appears in the foundation tool. Again, it'll be in those tutorials of Kate Emerald, which I will link in the description. At the moment I found these room dividers, but I do find something a little bit better later that I think fits in, so I do change them, and I'm just trying to find something to go on top, but I ultimately decide against that. I do take it all away and I leave it quite clear. It all changes anyway in a bit. As I said, I find something that fits in there a little bit better. What I'm doing at the minute is I'm trying to make a curved walkway. You can see there it looks quite curved, but I couldn't do it in the sea. It has to be on grass really, so that you can hide the foundation on the outside of the curve. So I'm ultimately going to scrap this, but it would have been amazing if it had worked. I tried hiding it by using the By Debug invisible foundation, but as you can see, it's left this horrible hole in the ocean, so we had to get rid of it in the end. I do end up building a honeymoon suite over here instead, which I think is a better idea anyway. It was a better use of the space. I'm adding some more curves onto the end of these pier walkway things here, and I feel like it looks really good. You could do a lot with this. I used it as seating and also put some more sunbeds on the end of the other, and it just adds so much dimension to the build. I'm really enjoying building with curves now. I don't think I can ever go back to those blunt corners now. I'm going to be putting curves in all of my builds. I was actually super happy because just then when I moved that wall back, for some reason those lines went to the bottom of the seafloor, and I was so happy that it did that. But unfortunately I do change a little bit later, and for some reason I cannot get it to go back down to the ocean seafloor. So it was a happy glitch, but one that's going to be short-lived. I'm just starting now to create the honeymoon suite, which I think came out really well. I do actually move everything back a little bit so I can fit a wraparound balcony upon it, and I do also attach this to the infinity pool pier in the end because I just felt like it was taking up way too much of the ocean. And I also move across the hotel quite a lot as well so that I can fit in more stuff just to the side of that left-hand pier just there. I'm just creating now their private little pier for the honeymoon suite. It's quite private. From the beach you would be able to see it, but it's fine, you know, it is what it is. They do have a private balcony towards the back, which not many people would be able to see. But Sims swim out here anyway, so it's not the end of the world that it's not entirely private, in my opinion. These little fencing posts here is a glitch. They do go away in the end, but it's just so annoying while they're there, but they don't stay. I struggle quite a lot with the layout of this. I struggle where to put the bathroom, so I do try a few little things, but in the end I ultimately change the layout of the suite. I make it quite a lot bigger because I just feel like if it's going to be the honeymoon suite, it needs to be all out, doesn't it? It has to be the pièce de la résistance of the resort. So we do that in the end. At the moment it is very small. Originally I was going to do a few of these, but I felt like it would have taken up too much of the sea and the beach, and I also felt like the views from the other ones would not be the same because this one is looking entirely out onto the ocean. The other ones I would have had to bring them right out to have the same effect. So I thought we'll leave it as it is, we'll just have the one and it'll be the best room of the house. This bathroom that I'm doing at the moment, it doesn't stay there. I could not make it work. I end up putting it in the other opposite corner to the entire one that it is at the moment. Roofing this was a little bit of a challenge as well. Roofs are not my forte, but I think it looked alright in the end. I think we managed. I'm just looking at all these windows. Yeah, I'm glad I deleted them because that would have just not been very private at all, would it? You sat on the toilet and everyone from the beach can just see you, sat on the loo, doing whatever you're doing. So yeah, I'm glad I deleted that. I was just watching myself then thinking, ooh, no, not a good idea at all. So I am moving the bathroom over here now. I feel like it was a much better place. The bath as well has a lovely, lovely view of the ocean, as you would expect from the best room in the house. I don't know why, but I just find roofing very difficult in The Sims 4. I can't remember it being very difficult in the other Sims games, but that's probably because all I did was build boxes and then shove a roof on top, whereas I try a little bit more in The Sims 4, but yeah, roofing is just not my forte. I feel like I did okay with this one in the end. I don't keep it as it is now, but I do improve it slightly. I'm just trying to build another little villa here, and then I was just like, yeah, do you know what, it's just taking up too much space, I'm not feeling it, so we end up just sticking with the one. I'm just moving everything back slightly because I do end up building further down into the lot towards where the coral reef is. I put some private sunbed areas, and I feel like that was a good decision to make. The hotel would have been a little bit too small, I think, if I hadn't have moved everything just slightly back. I tried really hard to get that to glitch again so that it would sit up on the seafloor, but I could not get it to do it again. So in the end it just will sit there, but ultimately when I change it, it won't matter anyway because you won't even see that. I'm just now creating those private little sunbed areas, which I think are really nice. You see these quite a lot in luxury hotels, so I am quite happy with how they turned out. And you think, I don't know for certain, but I think your Sims can just jump off of those into the ocean. Don't quote me on that. They might have to do it from the ladders. They might have to do it in the ladder areas. But maybe they'll be able to jump from those. Not certain. Hope they can. Just moving everything back now so that we can have the wraparound balcony looking out onto the ocean. This is when I end up changing the roof. Here I am going mental with my curves again. I really did warn you, I go so all out for the curves in this video, but in a good way. I think it's in a good way, hopefully. Love those little room dividers with the curtain. Glad I got to utilise that so that we can have a little bit of privacy in this romantic suite. We have started building the actual hotel building now, and I really wanted to use those doors, so I extend out the pier just a little bit so that we can get those doors in there. I didn't want the entire honeymoon suite to be sat on the stilts, so I'm actually just going in now and putting some foundation down so that it can be solid in the middle. Tried all sorts of things with this roof, but as I said, I can't really do roofs in The Sims 4, so I'm trying to do a little bit of diagonal fanciness here, and I'm pretty sure I ended up deleting it. It just did not want to work for me, So in the end, I think I go quite square. Sorry about that. I know I'm trying so hard to do all of these lovely curves, and then the roofs are just a bit of a problem for me still. I'll have to check out some tutorials on roofing, I think, and improve my skills just a little bit more. I'm not giving up. I'm trying so hard, look, but no, I just don't think it works in the end. Yeah, we've gone with the square. We've gone with the square. Safe and sound. I had the idea to put this awning, this glass awning there, which I do really like. It comes out really nicely in the end. We put some flowers there, and it's just a sort of open walkway out onto the balcony and pier just there, and I do really like that. It just brings the whole hotel open and out to the ocean. I had a little bit of trouble here getting the walls symmetrical and in line with each other. I can't remember why, because I'm seeing exactly now what the problem is. I think we are one grid too wide on one side, I think is the problem. But I don't know why I had a lot of trouble getting it to sit right. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, there we go, we're happy now. We still have too many on one side. we do figure it out in the end. I figure it out and I fix it. It may take me just a few more attempts here. It's coming together slowly but surely. I'm now just mapping out the hotel rooms. There is 4 inside of the hotel itself, and then there is the honeymoon suite on the ocean. So there is a total of 5 rooms in this hotel, which isn't many, but I thought, you know what, at the end of the day, it's The Sims. We don't need to have like a 200 bedroomed hotel like we have in reality. I figured that the amount of Sims that we're actually going to be taking here is not going to be that many, so I've just decided on doing a simple 5 rooms, so 4 in the hotel and the 1 on the ocean. I started off doing these balconies as square, and then I was like, no, you're supposed to be doing circular, not square. So I do change it in the end, and we put some circles up here, which I think look super fun in the end. I think it's a really nice feature of the hotel. So some things that I wanted to do in this hotel was have the infinity pool, and I also really wanted to have a rooftop pool as well. And I wasn't sure how it was going to work because obviously it goes down into the floor below it, but I think we get it to work in the end. I think I pull it off by doing a sort of L-shaped staircase. So I just use the floor below with the pool on it to do an L-shaped staircase, and I think it comes together all right. And we do utilise these sort of areas on that floor as well to the sides, and we do some more balconies, which I think it works okay in the end. I really love these rounded balconies, if I do say so myself. I have never really used the round foundations in The Sims before, and I can't now understand why, because I really do like the look of it, and I'm so glad that I've been able to utilise them so much in this build. I'm really happy. One of the reasons this build took so long was these diagonals and these rooms just giving me a hard time. I really don't know how to do them effectively, so I'm just sort of cheating and just sticking more foundations on top of the foundation so that it will just sit how I want it to, and I hope that it's all flush and it works well, and I'm sure it will be. So bear with me on this. I think it does look really good in the end. It just took a lot of doing. I just felt like it was too sticky outy and it needed something else. So we used these hanging vines here to create a sort of jungle look. And I think it really comes across well in the finished product. We're just furnishing this bar area just up here. There's a few nice cozy seating areas, and the bar itself is quite small, but I think it's effective, hopefully. Pool bars, generally, you get your drink and you go back to your sunbed, don't you? So I think it works out well. And I had to use these new island living seats just here, these bar stools. They look so good with this bar. I was so super impressed. Here I am, I'm changing up this just here. I do skip some of this as well because getting those to sit flush was an absolute nightmare, so I have skipped. I think they're not as open as the other ones were, but I love the little circle through, so I do prefer them. I do think that they look really nice. So we're just making everything structurally safe just now and extending out the rooftop terrace just here, which I think is quite important because we want to have some space to have some sunbeds in there for people to lounge around in. And we're getting our L-shaped staircase in place just here. I started off closing off these stairs a little bit, then I thought actually we could make a really cool feature of the swimming pool now. So that's what we end up doing. I end up opening it all and you can see right down to the ground floor area, and you can see into the swimming pool through some windows as well. And I think it looks really nice in the end once it's all completed. Again, just going around and sticking some pillars in, making everything structurally make sense. It's a bit of a pet peeve of mine when you see things floating, so I'm just trying my hardest not to have these floating structures lying around which don't make architectural sense. We are just coming to the end now. I really hope you enjoyed this first part. In the next part, we're going to start building up the swimming pool, furnishing, and just bringing everything together. Thank you so much for watching this video. This build is now available on the gallery at Ninachu Sims. I hope you download it, I hope you enjoy playing with it, and let me know if there is anything you think that could have been improved. Thank you for watching. Bye!